Hi, my name is Rebecca Talley. I'm here to do my capstone presentation. This is rehearsal 1. So my capstone presentation is about pressure injuries and pressure sores. They're now called part 2. My capstone presentation is about pressure ulcers or injuries. There are multiple causes. The number one cause is time. Secondary to cardiovascular disease, neuromuscular disease, and of course incontinence. Incontinence contributes to 50% or more of decubitus from home patients. There are multiple stages, stages 1 through 4, and then there's also what's called the unstageable. Stage 1 is erythema that is blanchable over top of bony prominences. Stage 2, we actually develop some skin loss from shear, rips, or just separation. Stage 3, we actually lose full thickness of the skin, gets down into the fatty layers. Usually this is where we can see slough tissue, granulation tissue. We occasionally do see eschar. Stage 4 is a full thickness. It's all the way down to the muscles, tendons. It again has some granulation tissue. You can see eschar if there's any of that, and then also the slough tissue. The final stage is what they call unstageable, and those are usually the patients that come in that have had long-term wound pressure injuries. So they have developed what they call eschar over top of the skin. It's less thick and leathery. And in order to stage those, it requires debridement. So those patients usually go to surgery, and they'll cut back the eschar and kind of debride the tissue inside and hopefully get it to start healing. Those are very lengthy healing processes. So interventions, nursing interventions. Upon admission, we like to do a Braden scale. Braden scale breaks down their mental status, their sensory. Do they have good feeling in their feet? Activity. Are they mobile? Are they able to get up and move around? Their nutritional status, and whether they have issues with shear or friction. This is usually due to the second assessment, your skin assessment. Determining your temperature, your turgor, the color, is there a lot of moisture, and is the skin intact? So at that point is when we can determine sometimes where we're at as far as decubitus ulcers on a new patient. The other two interventions, of course, I mentioned the Braden score. The last one is the nutritional consult. They have little miniature nutritional assessment tools. It's called the MNA. Those are used to help identify where the patient is at as far as how well they're eating, how much weight loss they've had, if they have trouble eating, do they have dentures that don't fit and they can't chew, or if there's the swallow issues. Finally is the nutritional. We broke it down into multiple stages. So there's actually macronutrients, micronutrients, and amino acids. Your macronutrients are actually your energies, your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. Micronutrients are considered your vitamins and minerals. And then we also have amino acids that are very important to wound healing. Requirements are usually based off of the nutritional assessment from the consult, but basically stage 1 and 2 pressure injuries require 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein, grams of protein per kilogram per day. That is the energy level that they need. And then the 25 to 30 is your kilocalories, also based on the kilograms in Q day. And then, of course, stage 3 and 4 it requires more. The protein requires 0.5 to 2, and the your kilocalories are 35 to 40. So that's basically the presentation. I did want to share some information that I found during my research, because I felt that there has not been a lot of advancement in research. But I did find one. It's called SEM, and it's actually a process where they have broken down the different phases of skin tissue damage. So between cell damage and inflammation, that is a break in the process of skin breakdown. So it goes cell damage, inflammation, and then the tissue actually deteriorates. And they have found that if they can interrupt that process from cell damage to inflammation, that they can actually prevent pressure ulcers from occurring, which is way better than our Turn Q2 and our nutritional status. Have not seen that in the actual field. I hope to see that soon. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for your time, and yeah, thank you for your time.